Yes, we're live. Okay. So, hi everyone. Here's Ellie. Sorry, I actually need to change my name. Well, it says Penick Family, so I'll just add Ellie. So for those that don't know me, I've been part of Penick Family for a bit over 1 year now, and part of the board as well. So it's been a wonderful year of lots of experiences with you guys, and I've been part of a couple of juice feasts as well with Nabiha. And this time we're doing it a little bit different. We've decided to do it instead of having like meetings every day. We have a few pre-recorded videos for you guys. And we're also having these sharing circles. Okay. So today is a sharing circle and it's our kickoff sharing circle. So we're going to introduce ourselves. If anyone wants to introduce themselves in a little bit, we're going to do that. And we're going to talk a little bit about juicing from my perspective. So it's a little bit different from most people's perspectives when we talk about juicing. I usually do this with other people that I guide here in Brazil. So I'm in Brazil and I guide groups of people into juicing programs as a detox tool. So it's an interesting tool for us to use ahead of the Phrenic feast for anyone that wants to do that with us in a few days. And for those people that don't really want to focus on a Phrenic feast, that's fine. Like juicing is a very good tool just to focus on connecting with ourselves and with conscience as well. So it's going to be fun, I guess. So I'm excited about this. And I thank you all for your presence. And I'm sorry I can't really see anyone, so it's funny, but it's okay. I know sometimes we're busy and it's just a funny hour for some people, I guess. Here in Brazil, it's 5 p.m., so end of the day. And I know for some of you, it's the beginning of the afternoon or in the morning still. So I hope you're having a really good one. And the plan is for us to start juicing from now. And for those people that don't really know how to start, we do have on our page some juicing ideas. You are now able to download them. So if you go back to the Juice Feast page on the Phrenic family, there's two bits that you can click. This one for the Zoom link that you saw start here. So you probably click on that one. And now you're here in the Zoom. But right next to that one, you see there's another little bit that is green as well. And it says, wait, let me just check. I think it's juicing combinations. So you can click and download that one. And it's a PDF with some ideas for juices, for teas. So combinations that you can try throughout this week. And you can also just do differently. You don't have to follow recipes. The idea for the recipes is exactly for people that don't really have much of an experience with juicing, so it makes it a lot easier. So yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed that. And this, as a sharing circle, is the first one, is the one that we get to know each other, that we learn a little bit about the background from each one. And introducing myself before I can pass it on to you guys. Like I said, I'm Ellie. I'm from Brazil. I'm in Rio at the moment. And I've been juicing for quite a bit now. I don't solely juice. I actually eat lots of fruits. So I'm mainly a frugivore, but I like to do periods when I just drink juice, drink liquids and teas, etc. So I take that time as a moment to connect with myself and sometimes even to prepare for some of the feasts that we do here in the Penic family or some of the feasts that I do on my own. So dry feasting, air feasting, whatever you want to call it. So, or natural state as well, that Nabiha likes to call it natural state. And I enjoy that word. It's beautiful if you think of it, because that's our natural state for sure. So that's me. And I'm super happy to be with you guys here today. And yeah, if anyone wants to introduce themselves, talk a little bit about why you're here and what you expect from this week. It would be wonderful to meet you, ladies, and anyone else that might join us later that isn't in this call now. So yeah, on to you guys if anyone wants to talk a little bit. Thank you.
mean, hey, Ellie, thank you. Um, I can say a little bit about myself. I'm Naviha, and I have been hosting the Comic Space segment before, and I'm super excited to see Ellie today. So I will be juicing with you guys. Normally, I only juice, but I'm getting to taste other things. I like the journey because of we're together. So I'm looking forward to get to know you guys and getting to
I guess I go next. My name is Dina, and I'm in Cocoa Beach, Florida. Um, I've never really juiced. This would be my first juicing fast, and um, I really want to do the prantic feast. I tried to do it the last time, and I didn't make it. So I figured if I do the juice first and kind of ease into it, I wanted to become a lifestyle. I'm on a health journey. I'm starting out eating right, and I do IT. I eat like within a certain window, and then after that, I don't eat anymore. I'm 60 years old, and I just want a total life change. I'm on a spiritual journey, and I think that's a big part of it. I want to feel good all over, not just mentally, physically, emotionally, all the whole package. And I know it's a journey, and I feel like this community is a good community to just plant myself and just go with it. So I'm glad to be here, and thanks.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, dear.
Yes. Okay. Sorry, I cannot be in the camera. It's 5:30 a.m. here in Australia. I'm in Australia. Um, so sorry about that. My name is Soledad. I'm from originally in this reincarnation. I was born in Argentina. Uh, so yeah, we are both from South America, Ellie. I've been living in Australia for 4 years now. I had experience in doing in practicing a lot of fasting, dry fasting, urine therapy, um, and it's been 1 year now that I became, yeah, sorry.
I think that
I
was
think you're okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just an interruption. You're okay.
Okay. It's been now almost 1 year since I became raw vegan. Before being vegan, I did all the typical transition, vegetarian since very kid, and then vegan, raw vegan, and it was a huge change, really, to a quick cook food. And then I discovered the choosing really. I'm pretty new about choosing. That's why I want to learn a bit more, but especially because I did a couple of um, detox with choosing. But my idea is to become lighter and lighter with the food intake. And because really my experience with choices were like so amazing, they give me a lot of energy and they help me to connect more and more with myself, and it's really feels so good. But I'm in the transition and I'm very interested in how to do this as a lifestyle. Because a lot of people talk about choosing as a detox, like something temporary. And to be honest, I really enjoy having a liquid diet. So at the moment I have like, I'm on a 90% something like that of liquid diet, including the juices and teas and some other drinks. And I'm eating like 1, 2, or 3 like solid meals, raw meals per week. But sometimes, like, yeah, when I have to come back to the solid, it's a bit of heavy. So I'm not just trying to figure out how I jump in and out from choosing and from a solid meal. So that's why for me it was very interesting to join in this week. I'm not going to, I cannot go to the Planet Fest in Costa Rica, I think it's no. Unfortunately, I cannot travel for now, but my idea is to start to connect with people like you guys that resonate in the same frequency than me and that are doing similar things in the path. To start then traveling and do experiences face to face. And yeah, that's it.
Hello. Good to see you get y'all. I did my first juice experience with Eli here in Brazil. I'm Brazilian. I'm Malu. And it was it was intense. I was raw vegan for a while before, and then the juicing was intense, and the detoxifying aspect of it. But and then after the juice, it was really I felt that my body kind of got like a restart after this 7 days. And then afterwards I did go back to eating solid food, and I've been raw vegan mostly since then. And now I've been feeling my body, I think it's been asking me to, go back to liquids and do longer kind of fasting periods. And so I started this week already doing like almost a full day only on liquids, and then eating a little bit of fruit. And yeah, I guess I want this time my juicing period to be more pleasurable, because I think last time it was there was a lot to detoxify, and I know there still is, but I want to access the pleasure of it, like the pleasurable aspect of connecting to these vegetables and these fruits in liquid form, and yeah, and just expand in this pleasure. And it's really good to be in a group. I think it's very helpful. So yeah, thank you so much for this lovely event. Nice to meet everyone.
Thank you. It's so good to hear all of you. And I'm not sure if Fabi, are you there? Can you speak? I know that you were driving.
I just can't put the camera. I mean, I could put the camera on 2 seconds, but I don't want to use the battery too much. Hello.
Hi, it's good to see you. It looks warm there. It's warm here too. I'm in Rio now. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll turn off the camera. Hi, everybody. But yes, I'm excited to be part of the group too.
Good to see you. Yes. So
you're muted, Ellie.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, so this is basically the plan for today. So we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about it. I know that for some people juicing, and most people here, maybe not everyone, but most people are still new to this or still testing out the waters, or the juices. So it's good to actually just dive into it and just have fun. So the idea for the recipes that we shared with you guys is to look into it as an idea, not necessarily you have to follow that. So just connect with your inner guidance, really. Just see what resonates with you guys, because sometimes we might just want to do a little bit simpler and focus on 1 or 2 different types of fruit for the week. And sometimes we just want to go, you know, and test it all out, different recipes and different flavors. And that's up to you guys. We don't really want to give you a set plan for anything. It's just an idea. So having that said, naturally, quantities, amount of juices, how much should we drink? Some people will find that if they drink very little, they'll still be fine. They'll be fine energy-wise. They'll feel great. Some other people might need to drink a little bit more. So it's more like feel it out. So what usually happens with the people that I work with is when we're detoxing, when we're feeling all of the symptoms of the detox, if we drink a little bit more, it might just, you know, pass quicker. But from other people might just feel like that they don't drink enough, they'll feel better. So that's more like you have to feel it and see how your body reacts. Because for some people, if you drink too much, you won't connect with the actual act of drinking the juice. And from some other people, depending on our background and how we were eating before this whole week that we're doing right now, we might need to drink more. So don't look at it as something set and something that you have to do. Just focus on the juice, focus on whatever you're drinking. If you're not enjoying it, try something else. If you're not really into juicing that day, and if you're into like teas, for example, that's also an option. So some people here are in sunny places, so maybe tea is not an option at the moment, and other people might be in a maybe cold place at the moment, and tea is a good idea. You could also try cold teas, just adding ice to it if you like, you know. So there's some ideas in that PDF that you probably downloaded. If anyone has any issues with that, let us know. We can share the PDF with you in private if you like, and you can test it out. But there are no rules to this week, okay? It's a little bit, Malu, for example, what we've done before, we had a little bit of a plan. Here, we don't really have a set plan, okay? So what I do here in Brazil is a bit different from what we do as Pranic family, because our focus is more on the energy and the spiritual side of it. The detox side of it will happen eventually for some people, but that's not our focus this week, okay? It's more into like focusing on how we connect with ourselves, how juicing can help us actually get in touch with that inner being that sometimes we don't really get in touch with. So it's a way, it's a bridge in between the two sides of us, you know, that side that maybe wants more and more and more, and the side that just wants less, and less can be more too, okay? So just think about it, feel it, test it out. And if you have any doubts on like how much you should be drinking, and if, I don't know, X or Y juice is good for you, you mainly just have to test it, okay? And well, just a good tip for most people is look at your location and see which fruits are in season, for example. That will probably be the best option for you. And if you look into like having different juices and adding a little bit of flavor that might just, you know, have that kick, you can add ginger, you can add a little bit of lemon, or you can add maybe like mint. Doesn't matter, just test it out and see how it works out for you. And if anyone has any issues with any types of juice and you want to test something different and you don't really know how to start, you can talk to us. Like Nabi has been doing this for quite some time too, Fabi as well. So just let us know and we'll be there for you, okay? And apart from that, the idea for this sharing circle is exactly to share. So today is the first day. Naturally, there's not much to share about the juicing unless like Malu's done before. I think she's been doing it for a day. But if anyone else has been juicing for a while and wants to share anything or has any questions, this is the moment for it. The next few sharing circles will be similar. We're going to talk a little bit, see how you're doing, if you have any questions. And yeah, just take it slow, take our time. Okay, so if anyone has any questions, feel free. Thank you so much. It's been amazing to be here with you guys. And yeah, much love.
Thank you, Ellie.
Yeah.
Well, this morning, are you sharing or are you not sharing right now? I have to unmute. Yeah. So I had the session with like 5 local people here in Costa Rica. We were juicing like sandia, watermelon, and we also did like pineapple for others who really wanted that, absolutely. But anyway, it was fun. We used the bags, the nut bags, juice bag, and I just was gonna just add for everybody. Like for me here, like it actually is impossible. It's very hard here in some countries like Costa Rica, whatever, to just go ahead and tell local communities or indigenous people, hey, let's do 7 days of no food, just juicing. They're just thinking we're crazy. So my way of talking to them about this was actually to use the juice bag and use our hands and like kind of make a juice out of it and see how easy and cheap it is to make your one of the best juice. Because for example, watermelon, you just put the watermelon in the bag, all the seeds stays in the bag, and it's really sweet and perfect. So I had a lot of fun with 5 young kids today, and yeah. Anyway, they all got like half a liter, and yeah, but they're not gonna probably like do what we're doing here online 7 days. But at least it's a nice approach. So I just wanted to share that. I think if you guys have a juice bag, try maybe once in this week to like have fun like splashing your fruits with the juice bag.
That's a great idea. Juice bag, it's called also nut bag, right? If anybody's wondering what a juice bag is, it's a nut bag. So you just put all your watermelons in there and you just squeeze it. It's very practical. I love it. Yeah. And another thing, Ellie, you mentioned was work with whatever that's in season. I love that. That's very, easy for us to do that. I normally think like, we are also one with this universe and in season, the seasons are happening from within too. So maybe you will find the herb that you need, the fruit that you need, and whatever that your body is calling, so follow the seasons. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's almost like the song, right? The music, like follow the sun, but also follow the seasons. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. There's a little universe within us, right? So just align it with the universe on the outside. Yeah.
Another tip that I want to just share is for those people that can, try not to add any water to your juice. Is the quality will be just so much better and taste as well. But focus on the structured water from the fruit. I know that for some people it'll be like, oh my God, but there's so much fruit to use to juice and etc. But that's the best juice that you can get. So yeah, I know that at least in Brazil, most people don't have juicers or don't really use juice/nut bags. So most people will use a blender. I don't know how that works elsewhere. I suppose lots of people in the US have juicers because that's easy. In Brazil, it's kind of expensive, so we don't really have juicers unless we're juicing all the time, which kind of I do. So I do have a juicer, but yeah, just try and use a nut or slash juice bag like Fabi was sharing. For those people that really want to have like a connection with the fruit or the vegetable, it's a great idea because you're using your hands and you're not, oxidizing it that much. So it's good too. So you're preserving the nutrients if you're focusing on that as well. So yeah, just have fun with it.
Yeah. And I heard somebody said that they want to make this into a lifestyle. So if you really want to make this into a lifestyle, it's good to find the fun part of it, like find the fun in the preparation of it, connecting with the fruits and get to know the fruits and stuff like that. If your focus is more on that, it will become a lifestyle because you are connecting more with your fruit rather than consuming it. So yeah, it's fun. Yeah. That way you don't even have to worry about how much, right? Go ahead. Who was talking?
Yeah, it's me. Thank you, Navina. No, it's like you said, I watched your video about the difference in between connection and consumption, and it's totally right. Then you don't have to worry about how much, how often, really. You are connected with yourself, you go with the flow, you are in the right moment at that time, in the present moment. So you're going to know what you really need, how much use, how less. If that day you don't need to eat anything or drink anything, and you come back the other day choosing, I'm in that moment. So that's why it was very interesting for me to join this group, to see if I can get some more tips and connect with more people. Uh, but yeah, it's interesting, the connection with the food. It has to be like a ceremony for me. It has to be like a ceremony for me. Like I usually play music, dancing, whatever. I need to be happy, because if I feel like a bit, I don't know, for whatever reason, a bit nervous, or because I'm having a bad day, or I prefer to stop, to relax, and to have time to say, okay, no, this is not the time for me to prepare any food or shoes or whatever, because otherwise I will having like that. Yeah, no, it doesn't feel right. And then when I came back to connect with myself, I prefer to eat and prepare my food through like a kind of ceremony, and I take a lot of time, really. uh, other thing is that if I don't have time really to enjoy my food, the preparation, and to eating or drinking, I prefer not to do it. So yes, like go more by intuition.
I love that. Yeah. A lot of people say, our food, food don't love us back, they say. And I really think it's because we don't love it. Like if you love the food, if you love the fruit, you will get to know the fruit, and consuming it does not mean loving it. So since we consume it, it consumes us too. So it's just a connection. So if you like to dance and do your things, let your fruit dance with you too. Let it just be there and have fun with you, instead of you thinking about, oh, I need to drink this juice and it's going to fill me up. And it's just going to do you harm then, instead of like having your juice dance with you and have fun with you. So perspectives.
Totally, because I think we are in a point that we know that we really don't need the food to live. So
Mhm.
that's what I mean. We detach of the need, and we start to connect in a different level with the food. And obviously, this comes naturally, really, with taking natural food. That's why the connection comes more closer, because I'm not eating any processed food. I'm eating just, I don't know, a piece of watermelon. I'm choosing just an orange. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like it's directly, yeah.
Yeah. It chooses you because now you are on the same frequency. Yeah.
I'm gonna add something that maybe is like, I don't know, because there's a replay and I may be going for some guys who might listen to that. Also the girls, but I'm doing a lot of construction work right now with bamboo, and so I'm very physical. So the first 2 days, I think, of detox, always we feel it like a lot of detox is happening, but after that, there's a lot more energy that we feel, and we become more. I think we become more sensitive to everything. Uh, but I will be staying, even if I'm doing constructions, I'll still be staying on liquid, and I'll be fine. But what was I gonna add? I was just gonna say something because yes, like for me, for example, I know that I'm doing the construction work, so yes, sure, we're connecting with the fruits. But I want to add something because I've realized personally, like through all my juicing thing, there's one thing I'm addicted to for sure is sugar, and especially when I'm doing construction work. Like I know that if I'm doing chronic feast, I cannot do the construction work because I do not have that sugar in. So I would just say maybe for some people, it's like we have a vehicle, like it's just like a car, and like if you put it like diesel when the car is like gas, you're putting the wrong thing in, so it's still gonna work, but So if you really want your car to go at a certain speed, like if you want to do construction work or if you want to get some muscle or whatever, I still think there's a few things like certain sugar, like sugar cane or like certain things that can give you a good boost. So for me this week, if I have constructions to do and I want to stay on liquid, I'll still go toward what kind of gas my car needs, which is actual fuel sugar. I don't know what you think, Ellie, but I realized that sugar is almost like protein for me. I don't know how to explain it. Like some people want to build muscle with protein. I know that if I need energy to build stuff, I think sugar is the way, and the fruits that have less sugar don't give me the energy I need. I don't know. Anybody want to add or comment on that?
Yeah, I can comment on it. I find that fun because I like that area because in the end, like what actually builds muscle is the exercise itself. Food doesn't really build anything. So it's there as a some sort of how do you call it? It's like it's a stimulus, right? So it's a stimuli in general. So for some of us, we were brought up thinking that we need food as for energy. So I agree with you because I agree. I kind of still feel the same. So sometimes when I'm a natural state, there will be days that my energy will be super low and like I don't feel like I want to do anything. But that's still some sort of programming that most of us, or I believe all of us here, at least the six of us, we still have a little bit of that, some less than others, but we still have that sort of programming within us that most of us are trying to reprogram. But there will be moments that we'll face that wall and that hurdle. But in the end, we don't really need it. We just believe we do. And when we believe we do, that belief system will affect us in a way. So like building muscle doesn't really require food, at least like in terms of even like the research, they say that they can't really explain why we eat. There's no reason for us to eat. So whenever we think about it, you guys probably know that too, like the theory of the, how do you call it in English? I don't know. But in Portuguese, it's called like the 100th monkey theory. So when you reach that quorum of like 100 monkeys in the island that change their habits, another island that is not even connected to the island of monkeys will change their habits too. So I think like eating is kind of like that. And then you think about like the quota of people that are slowly moving towards like pranic lifestyle, breatharian lifestyle, we're slowly reaching that quota too. And then slowly we get more people that can sort of turn that key and turn that switch and just think, okay, I don't need it anymore. So programming is the thing that all of us do have. And in the end, it's almost about hunger too. Because if you think of hunger, there's so many types of different hungers. And in the end, we always sum up as food. But there's like the human hunger, which could be even not just food. Like human hunger could be like films, music, I don't know, sustainability, what you're doing, building, like that's a type of hunger as well that you're satiating. And then you think about like the conscience in a way, it's also a type of hunger because we seek knowledge, we seek understanding, we seek to answer questions. So that's another type of hunger. And above all those, we just end up thinking that all of it is food. But in the end, food is just one of those hungers. And that not necessarily food is eating the food. You can just touch it, smell it, see it, be in connection with it. And in a way, you can also just, talk about hunger as that. But I think in the end, at least the juice feast or the pranic feast, all of what we do as pranic family, I think it's a way of trying to reconnect with what hunger really is. And it's not, most of the times it's not about food. So it's about like connection, it's about being in touch with the actual energy that we have within. And like you're doing, like building, that's the type of hunger, like actually wanting to create things with your hands. And it doesn't have to be building, it can be anything like clay or painting or drawing or writing or just listening or making music. So what you do as well, and most of us here I think like music. So it's just about trying to reprogram what have been programmed for centuries now, because everyone's been doing this for centuries, eating, and then everyone talks about eating. and we all sort of gather around the fire and eat. And this has been done for centuries over centuries. And it's just trying to sort of reconnect with the actual first person that did that, and then trying to undo that knot, So just, okay, we don't need it. We like it naturally. We're juicing, it's still food. We're tasting the fruit, we're enjoying it, but it should be more of an experience rather than actual connection with the calories or whatever is within it, because that doesn't really matter that much. So in the end, I don't know, sorry, I talk too much, but yeah, what I think is that when we talk about exercising and calories, we've been built, at least not our design, but our minds have been sort of built towards that for the past centuries, but we don't really need it. But trying to get rid of that programming is a battle. So yeah, we're just facing it together. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Ellie. That was beautifully explained. And you can be on juices and drink all liquid, it's not going to give you muscles. You'd rather become jelly. You become juicy, very jelly. So it's very important to move, to exercise. That's how you get muscles, definitely. That's how I keep my weight, by working out. And I really feel like the movements and the body movements that I do, that's my food. And juices and stuff is just like a play, is an experience and stuff. But the workouts and getting this fresh air and breath work and stuff, that's my food. So it's very important to really move the body. And like Ellie said, we are attached to this thing, believing that we really need this food, but we don't. It's letting go of the idea that's the challenge. Yeah. Thank you, Ellie. That was beautifully said. Yeah. Sugar is an addiction.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like a drug.
Sugar too. I mean, fruit sugar. Well, actually, any sugar. I think all of us like sugar. So yeah, it's just,
it's a dope.
it
Sugar.
is. It is.
Whatever that works for you, but if you feel like you need the extra energy because you're building and your mind is attached, taking that energy from sugar, you should go for it.
No, but yeah, that's the thing. So like what Fabi's doing, and for most of us, if the body requires it, if we feel that we're not as energetic, if we don't take fruit or if we don't drink the juice for that moment, just maybe do it then. But slowly try to, think of that as just I don't know, a way of keeping your energy up, but you don't really need it really. It's just, enjoying it whilst you're doing it. I mean, I love juicing. So yeah, sometimes I drink way too much just because I want to try all of the different tastes that day. And yeah. You're gonna say something.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, I mean, I believe in what is being said. It's just like you said, changing that belief system takes a lot. I mean, I live with Elitam, and I mean, it's the only Brazilian that I know trains every day. So I know it's possible, but it's the only Brazilian that I saw do that. Everybody else that I hang out with as Brazilian, I have a hard time seeing them picking up some bamboo, some madeira, or some wood or whatever. Like, they walk around, they do some certain things, but construction work, I don't see many of Brazilian. I could see a little do it, but not that many. So basically, yeah, we need more, like you said, 100 monkeys to like actually start doing constructions while not eating or drinking, and then maybe the whole belief system will change. But until then, I haven't seen it. So yeah, if I do need some energy, and I'm not yet ready to be an Olympic champion to try to prove the world, that it's possible. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm not either, so I'm with you.
There's nothing to prove. That's the point.
Well, no,
No,
it
no
is.
one.
It's just like it is. It's kind of proving because once you start proving it's possible, then more people follow. So it's just like, once you get one medal, like an Olympic champion gets one medal, then it's easier for other athletes to get even another score. Does that make sense? It's just kind of how the human species pushing itself. I don't know. That's what I believe. I'm not sure, but
I think it's already working. There's nothing to prove. It's actually already working. It's just that more people need to just try it and let go of that belief that's actually holding us back.
yeah, well, I want to see, I don't know. I'm not trying to be like confronting. I'm just trying to say I have not really seen breatharians yet. So it's not already doing it. It's not already working. Because I haven't seen many breatharian, not at all, really. Maybe one or two, and not even doing
I
actual
least,
construction work.
yeah, at least, Fabi, I think you are not seeing that in the level you want that to know. It's like a process, a step by step, that it's going to take time. Unfortunately, we have been living a dense life for the most of our life, really, the most of us. So it's going to take time, really, but step by step, every step, even if it is a baby step, it's worth it. And I think, well, I'm going to speak from me, obviously, but I'm not going to never come back to the life that I had before, with food and related with the energy or whatever. So every step that we make is a progress, a huge progress. And obviously then we have things to achieve, but I'm with Nahiba in the, we don't have to achieve anything really, no, but also I'm with you in, I know what you mean, I know what you want, and it will be awesome, no, that that time come in that we don't really need anything and we are very powerful. And but it's a step by step. I don't know. I come from a martial arts background, so for me it was hard when I started with this, when I was losing, with the typical losing weight, being skinny, not having energy, doing the detox. And now I came to a point that I'm tuning. I don't like to say reach something. I like to say tune, because we tune to different frequencies. So I'm tuning into a frequency that I'm figuring out how to do, for example, a boxing training like I did before, with just with a dry day, or with just choosing. So my mindset is changing, and is really, and in fact, when sometimes I try to do any training, but I'm talking about boxing and martial arts because it's a more a heavy training, and you were talking about construction. That's why I want to do this type of comparison. But any training, waves, whatever, it doesn't have to be with the food intake. In fact, when I choose to eat any kind of solid stuff, I cannot move after that. And even if I wait a couple of hours to do digestion, whatever, I cannot move for the rest of the day. It's incredible. So it's like it's really a mindset, but of course we have to work every day in that, and eventually will come the click inside our minds, and we will understand that sometimes it's hard, because when you are doing this as a work, for example, you cannot say, oh, I'm having a bad day, low energy, no, I'm not going to do contraction today. You are working with someone else, so obviously uh, maybe that is hard, but it's just gentle, being gentle with ourselves. And yeah, it's a process. That day, if you feel that you really need to eat something solid or drink more juice or whatever, just do it. Sorry, I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was really good to hear. Yeah, I believe the same. I think we're all finding our path. There's no wrong, there's no right, really, and there'll be ups and downs. There'll be moments that we'll doubt ourselves, and it's part of the evolving process. So evolution's about doubting, questioning, and then eventually finding your way. So yeah. And whenever I'm like, I mention it on the chat, but I think I'll just say it out loud because I know that some people will just watch it later. Like when I can't sleep, I eat. I'm like, okay, I'll eat something. And then eventually I fall asleep. Yeah. So, yeah.
I know that strategy. So food actually makes you feel denser and more sluggish. So I also use something, or I drink more than I usually do if I want to sleep. If I don't eat anything, I don't drink anything, I'm more lighter. And if I work out, then I feel like I'm creating so much energy within me. So I just get more energy and more energy. And in order for me to sit down, I need to eat. So it's the opposite. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. Exactly the same. Exactly. That is how it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for this comment. I was also going to add that I really meant this in a moderation way. I did not mean it as like over consuming. I was really meaning it as, just a little boost when you need it, basically, not like something that puts you to sleep. But yeah, it's interesting. But I personally, for me, I'm enjoying this journey in terms of moderation, and moderation meaning the balance between like dense and light or dark and light. So I would this is my personal journey. I will not go toward one extreme because I've done this in my past, and I know that I will not go toward the other extreme, but I'll enjoy still like the sugar when I need it, the salt when I need it, but in a moderation way, not in a way where you go to sleep.
Yeah. I understood that way too, Fabi, that you just wanted. My juice challenges I normally recommend, for some person. I think Dina, did you say this was your first time on going on extended liquid journey? I can't remember if it was Dina or somewhere else, but when it's your first time, and sometimes it can get hard, just going on liquids. And I always recommend, like, instead of like when you feel like you're giving up, instead of like going for solids, doing smoothie instead. Like make a smoothie.
Okay.
What Ellie, like that's what I used to recommend. Like, if you really feel like, oh my God, I'm feeling so weak, and it's just
Okay.
you can do it. And you
Yes.
denser, but go rather for a smoothie than going for something solid.
Solid. Okay. Okay. That you answered a question that I was gonna ask. So okay. All right. Okay.
What would you say, Ellie?
Yeah. And then even talking about symptoms, what to expect. Sometimes it's headaches. Sometimes you just, you have just pops and stuff that will come out in your face, and that could happen. Body odor in general is like this, very common as well.
Okay.
What else? Maybe sometimes even diarrhea for some people. They're like needing a bit of a longer and more in-depth cleanse. Diarrhea will come about. Feeling like sleepy and sluggish, that could happen. But sometimes the opposite happens as well, like not being able to sleep because you have too much energy and you don't really know what to do with it. So yeah,
Right.
so that could happen. So there are the two sides of it. Yeah, some things might pop up, and then just if you have any questions, if you're not quite sure, yeah, just feel free to message any of us and we'll be happy
Okay.
to help.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah,
Just keep it.
thank you.
That's coming out, whatever that's trying to escape your body, it's just it's a good thing. It's a good
Okay.
thing. I feel like, some people coming out of your face or something like that. It's just something that's not supposed to be there, that's trying to escape out of your skin, whether it come out as a diarrhea, it comes out as a pimple, so however it comes out as a sweat, no matter, it
Okay.
all something old that's just in there that wants to come out. So just
Okay.
see cleansing basically, and it chooses the skin. You have these, things comes out of the pores.
Mhm.
it's just a good thing. So the only thing you should not associate with it's a thought of, oh my God, I'm going to die because I didn't eat a day or two, or that's the mindset of it. So
Right.
like you have your body, you have so many reserves that it would start eating itself if it was the case. So don't worry about that, but just know that it's a cleanse going on and things will come out from different parts of the body, and that's fine.
Okay. Okay. I know when I don't eat at a certain, the times that I'm not eating, breath work helps. It
Mhm.
yes. So I'll be doing more of that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, it's definitely a type of food. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Music, dancing, everything that we mentioned before. Like whatever keeps you happy. Like if there's anything that any hobbies in general will be your food too. Like it's a type of
Okay.
Yeah.
feeding yourself with different things. So yeah.
Okay. I'm excited.
Because I think, can I say something, Ellie?
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
for
I
sure.
think
Sorry.
I think that doing something that we really enjoy, whatever
Mhm.
it is, it connects us with the present moment. When we are in the present moment,
Yes.
playing like
Yes.
kids, we are not thinking in
Yes.
food because we don't really need
Yes.
it. We don't need it.
Yeah.
We eat with emotions. Because
Yes.
we want to feel an emotion that we are not,
Mhm.
and a space that we think we have empty, and we need to fill with the food that is not correct. So whenever we are doing something that we enjoy, dancing, painting, doing an exercise, walking, talking with someone that raise our vibration, and we are enjoying, we forget about time. We don't know
Mhm.
where we are in the present moment, and we are not thinking in food. So
Yes.
that's why it's very
That's good.
important to do things that we really enjoy in life in general.
True. That speech that you had, Ellie, earlier, that you were saying that we think like we're hungry for this, we're hungry for that. I like to think that we are starving for purpose.
Yeah.
And that's one of
Yes.
the reasons we're always searching and wanting, and we're trying to fill it with food and with ideas.
Yes.
But
Mhm.
the purpose within, because if you know your purpose, you're full. You'll be filled by that. But we're trying to fill everything with different things. So try to find that fullness in doing the things that you love, because that will be your purpose, right? Then you'll find your purpose. And once you find that fullness. So we are starving for purpose. So I wanted to add that only. Thank you guys. Yeah.
Hey,
Well
before
said.
before you close,
Yeah.
before you're gonna close, Ali, can I just add a technical thing?
Mhm.
Yeah, so I was just gonna say, maybe we will need to add this in the Chronic Family Telegram group. But if anybody here hears that and someone is asking on the Telegram group, please you can repeat what I'm about to say if you remember. Uh, when you go to the program on the Juice Feast, you will see like each program of the next day it shows not started. That's
Mhm.
normal. It's just because the day has not the time and the hour has not happened yet. So
Mhm.
whenever it starts, then whenever the time arrives, then the button will become green and it will say start. But I just need to add something. There's a little problem. Is like if you come at the time of the event starting on the website, it will show you something like, oh, it's happening tomorrow at that time. And the reason why I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix it, but it doesn't matter. The event is still happening. Just go to the program. Doesn't matter if it says tomorrow at 2 p.m. Just click on the button
Mhm.
start and it will start. So tomorrow, after tomorrow, I think these are pre-recorded videos. That's all I had to say, Ellie. If you can remember that, like people should not go away from the website because it says, oh, it's tomorrow. No, just
Yeah.
go to the program. The button will be there. You can start the link.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I saw. It says. It said it'll start tomorrow but I went on anyway, and it just opened up. Yeah. So you're right.
Yeah. Thank you, Fabi. And yes, I don't know if anyone has any other questions or comments. Our next meeting is on the 19th, if I'm not mistaken, our next sharing circle. But we do have some videos that are pre-recorded, just like we said, and they're on the program. So tomorrow you can click at the time that it says there, you see that you can actually click it and watch all of the videos. Right now you can also download the PDF with the ideas for the menu on the program as well. And it shows as June 16th, I think the time that we started this meeting, it's there. You can click on download. You can click on just start. When you click start, it will download it. It's right next to the time that we had this meeting. So yeah, if anyone wants to check it out. And if you have any issues with that, just let us know that we can send you the PDF straight away as well. Yeah, thank you. It's been amazing. Super happy to be with you, ladies and guys as well. And yeah, much love.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you.